Welcome to our nutrition classroom. Okay. Where was I? Yeah, Walmart vitamins. So you do get what you pay for. Centrum, I'll take for example, there's different forms of calcium, there's different forms of all the vitamins and minerals that are in it. There's cheap forms and there's expensive forms. And the cheap forms are what they put in the cheap vitamins. And do you think, well, I know I got a teacher here. So remember back in the day, now y'all don't even know what I'm about to talk about, but we used to write on not whiteboards but chalkboards. Can y'all remember chalkboards? Okay, good. Chalkboards, and you know what that actually is? It's a form of calcium. That chalk is, okay? And the chalk, that of course that's very cheap form. Well, that's the type of calcium that's actually in your Centrum vitamin. You can go look it up. And if you start reading, I don't spend a whole lot of time on read labels, but you know the cliche, if you can't read the name of it, then don't eat it. And that's very true. If I take you to a restaurant at like O'Charlie's, and I give you 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 choices, but I don't tell you what 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are. I say just pick one, and I say it may or may not be healthy for you. You probably wouldn't eat it, but you're doing that when you eat some of these products. Okay. By the way, I have an outline that I'm going to go by. I will, rather than give you copies, because when you know after we did your doctor's report, I gave you take home. I'm not sure if you guys just got it just yet. I gave you that nutrition packet, and you probably, you know, it's got some. Oh, she brought it. Okay, it's probably got some dust on it, or maybe in the garbage. We can trade one of those, by the way. One of them. I'm gonna email blast everybody when we leave today. That way, you've always got it. Just save it to a file folder, and that way you can always reference to it. It has nothing to do with saving trees. I don't mind giving away paper, but if you're not gonna have it somewhere easily accessible later when you want to use it. That's the point. Okay. So yes, you do get what you pay for. So that calcium, do you think if I went and ate that chalk that my body would even be able to absorb it? Not at all. So what you're buying, thank you. What you're buying is actually just expensive urine because all your body's doing is excreting. Okay. So yes, I'm telling you, throw away your Centrums, your crummy vitamins, and go get a good vitamin. Now, Manor Grocery, I can't speak for every vitamin that they have there, but I did speak with one of their managers, and he assures me that they do carry all quality supplements. And I do trust them with that because they're the only place in town that carries health food, and I know they wouldn't destroy their reputation or their image. We unfortunately in this town don't have a Whole Foods or a Sprouts. We had those in Texas, which was all expensive, but very good for you. Now, when it comes to costs, if any of us had $1 million racehorse that was at the Kentucky Derby, what would we feed it every day? The very best. Do you understand we don't do that to ourselves? We're more valuable than $1 million racehorse, aren't we? Because if we're talking about if you die tomorrow, it doesn't matter if your racehorse is still in the stable, right? Doesn't matter how much hay is in that barn, okay? So the point is you know, right now I know the economy is kind of in a crunch, and so there's going to be times where you may have to kind of not go all healthy, but when you can, and that's the point of today. Now we all talk, and we've got a couple of guests here who don't know what a lot of you know as far as the nervous system. She learned a little bit. Now he hasn't heard me at all. We welcome him, but she came to dinner Monday, and we have not seen her as a patient yet. But so she doesn't know about the nervous system quite fully, except for what you guys learned in your doctor's report, even if you came to the dinner. But your nervous system, of course, everything I'm going to talk about, here's a spine nerve function chart. If your intestines aren't functioning properly, your stomach, your pancreas, your liver, if they aren't functioning properly, does any of this even matter? No. Okay, so it all does start there. I'm going to finish with that. I'm going to come back to that. Because if your organs can't function properly, it doesn't matter what you feel. Okay? Now, while I'm thinking about it, I just talked about fish oils. How many of you like seafood? Oh, good. Is anybody allergic to shellfish? Excellent. Because a lot of people, one, don't like the taste, or allergic to it, so they can't have it. So there's what we call omegas, or fish oils, right? Well, how many of you take them on a regular basis? I do. Good, so some. Well, what is omega? Okay, it's a polyunsaturated fatty acid. Okay, how many of you know you do need fat in your diet? Good, but you need good fats, not McDonald's fats or rice protein fats. Okay, um, they're essential for the health of your body, and they're called EPA and DHA. Now, today I'm not going to go into a bunch of details, and I am going to answer questions, but a lot of the stuff you haven't heard, or you're going to wonder why you've never heard it. Don't be mad that you've never known it. Be glad that you're getting it now, because there's going to be a hormone that a lot of you have never heard of before. It's going to play a big role in your weight loss. We'll get to that. But these forms of omegas are not made in your body. Your body does not make them, but they are essential to your life. So if you don't eat seafood and you're not taking them, guess what's happening? You're not going to be doing too well, right? Now, why is it important to your health? Well, they did studies, of course, and they found out the importance of omegas. There's a long list. It promotes a healthy heart. Okay? It reduces your cholesterol. It boosts the immune system. It lowers your blood pressure. It reduces inflammation, so those who have arthritis or any other inflammatory disorders. Lowers triglyceride levels, which are fat. Raises HDL, which is your good cholesterol levels. So therefore it benefits people with diabetes, elevates your mood, helps with concentration, so those with attention deficit disorders. Big part in the central nervous system, in infants. Prevents heart attack and strokes, and prevents sudden death from cardiac arrest. So how many of you wish you were taking it now? That on a regular. Okay, I take it every day. I take the pill form. But I'm going to give you supplements. I mean, a sample of those. Okay? And if you like that and you don't work it later today, because I want every one of you to take it when you leave here, unless you're allergic to something I don't know about that's in it. And read the ingredients, okay? Because some of you, I do know, some of you I don't know.
Michael, they're different, right? I mean, there's good and bad fish oils as well.
Well, there's preferable, there's krill oil. I've read where a lot of doctors prefer the krill oil.
Krill.
Krill. Krill, it's like a type of marine, fish, marine life. But yeah, like I said, to answer your question as far as good and bad, that's why I say go to the source of man and grocery. You don't have to worry about what you buy. Now, Sam's is a big mover of products, so they can afford to give you
cheaper. And they're 1,000
cheaper.
milligrams, because that's what I like about it, because they're a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It'll tell you, all labels have to have nutrition, they have to tell you what percentage of your daily body, what percentage of your daily value that you're getting. So, but yes, if you can look at the price. If it's cheap, then you know it's not good, okay? Now, first thing now that I want to go, I went and printed it off and forgot I was giving samples, so that was the first point I wanted to hit real quick. Now, to the food pyramid, okay, in America, does anybody know what it is? I want you, for those who do know, I want you to throw it away. Now, I don't know it, I forgot a long time ago, and I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want you to remember it. Why? Where it grows up to the top, what's at the top should actually be at the bottom, what's at the bottom should be at the top. And if you look at the Asian food pyramid, that's what theirs is. Now, we got if you go next door to like Tokyo, or you go to any Asians, for the most part, what do they look like?
No.
Yeah, they're healthier, right? They're not obese. I can't think of any really heavy Asians at the top of my head. Now, their diets are heavy in what?
Carbohydrates.
Well,
Rice.
I'm going back to the fish. Protein and fish. Back to the fish oils, okay? Now, in America, we talk about cancer and heart disease is 5 out of 6 people. You know what it is in the Asian community? Nowhere near that. It's a fraction of that. All right, come on in. We got another seat? Got one. I got my jacket on. Okay. Now, that's why their heart disease, you don't hear a lot of heart disease and cancer because they don't abuse their bodies like Americans do, okay? So, start off with, here, let me get rid of this.